Hi everyone, it is Ali Katz from New Law Business Model, and I am here today with Kim Rockwood. And we're here today because Kim has been getting so many calls from those of you who want to hear how she is having so much success. And so instead of you speaking to her one-to-one, because she has a full-time job already running her own business, we are making this video for you. And I'm going to ask Kim all the questions that I believe that you would be asking her if you were talking to Kim one-to-one. So Kim, welcome. Thanks so much for being here.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So why don't we start with going back to how long you've been with us?
Since October of 2018, I've been a member, but I took the estate planning boot camp. I think it was in 2016. So it's been a while.
Got it. Okay. So really October 2018, and it is now February 2021. So 2.25 years, really. And maybe, for those that are just starting out, you can share a bit about the early mindset challenges that you had, because you really, I don't know if I would say more than most members. Maybe you've just been more vocal with us about it, which has been fantastic because we've been able to really support you to move through the challenges you've had. But you've really had this kind of up and down journey before you hit where you are now, which feels really stable. So maybe you could just share a little bit about that, because I think it's so normal, and the more we can normalize it for people, the better it will be.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say that mindset is the single most influential thing that I've done that has helped me finally achieve the goals I wanted to in my firm. So back in October of 2018, I was really just embarking on this journey. I had worked for myself for a while, but it was really more like a freelancer, I guess, so that I could have time for my family. And in 2018, I decided to really give it a go. My kids were getting older and I had a little bit more time on my hands. So, but I was scared, and I was coming out of a place personally that had been problematic, I guess, kind of traumatic too. And I just didn't have a lot of self-confidence. Mm-hmm. And I also was very much stuck in that mindset of, I guess, traditional lawyering, where you had to do things a certain way. And I think the more that I opened up my mind to the stuff that you teach, Ali, things really started to I guess, improve. And then when I started working on, I'm just going to say it, when I started working on myself, going through some personal therapy, and also really taking advantage of the coaching here, not just on the substantive side, the estate planning and maybe the marketing, but also the other, the stuff that's considered more intangible, but so important, like the communication skills and the money mindset calls, and really participating in those little by little. My mind started opening, I started gaining more confidence, and things really started working.
When you say that you were kind of stuck in this idea of the way that lawyers need to do things, and when you started to open your mind to some of, or really all of what we teach here, can you speak more specifically to, like, what was that? What was that older way, and then what was the shifting way? I'm really close to it, so I don't even remember anymore, but right. You might.
Right. So, for instance, I think that a lot of lawyers feel like asking people what they want, or I guess more, I don't want to say asking for business, but getting more curious feels a little intrusive. And I think, and I know I used to feel this way. I used to think business had to come to me, that referrals had to come to me, and that putting myself out there was not really the right thing to do. And traditional lawyers I know, even now, say, I can't believe you're so active on social media. That's just weird. So I think the newer way is to be a little bit more communicative with the public, to be more curious, and to put yourself out there. It took me a little bit of courage, I guess is the right word to say, to make videos. I do videos now every week. It was scary at first, but it is a new way of practicing law and getting out there and reaching clients that wasn't normal. Well, it may not still be normal, but wasn't as common, say, 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I see it as a humanization of the lawyer and the legal experience. And, I do wonder you mentioned in the beginning, you didn't have the self-confidence to do that. And now you're making weekly videos. And I wonder, what was the thought in your head when you didn't have that self-confidence? Like, what was your mind telling you about why you shouldn't or couldn't do it?
My mind was telling me that that most people don't do it this way, so why should you? Mm-hmm. My mind told me it's scary. I don't want to see myself on video. My mind said you might screw up and look like an idiot. You might say the wrong thing. So there was just a lot of negativity going on in my mind.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really helpful to surface those thoughts, because it's by surfacing them that we can then meet them and then move through them. And that first one of, well, nobody else is doing it this way, why should you? I love that one, because that one's got a really easy turnaround. Yeah, nobody else is doing it this way, so I'm going to stand out if I do. But then I guess that, could bring up the next one or another one, which is, well, if I stand out, I'm going to look stupid. And I think that's a big one. I mean, that was certainly one that ran in my mind for a long time, because that's kind of always been my biggest fear, is that I'll look stupid. And I have probably, to a lot of people, looked stupid. But I think that the really big thing was it was facing that middle one that you said about, I don't want to see myself on video. Because the truth is, like, okay, if I look stupid to everybody out there, fine. Especially if it's working, like if it's working to have the results I want in terms of clients and being able to be in service. But it's if I look stupid to myself, that's the worst part. So, how have you overcome that part where you're able to get on the video and make that video once a week, showing up consistently in your community?
Yeah. I think I just started telling myself, you can do this. It doesn't matter if you look stupid, just get the information out there. Mm-hmm. I really had, talking about mindset shift about, 6-9 months ago or so, I really, really started coming at this from a place of service. And before, I was too scared to feel that way because I was too worried about being able to pay the bills and make enough money. Right. And when I sort of let go of that and thought, no, how can I focus on the person in front of me? It changed a lot. And it changed the way I approach those videos, because it made me think, no, I just want to get this information out there to people. If I look a little silly, then, it is what it is. But
I think that's it. I mean, that's the pivot right there that does, in my experience, change everything. When we stop focusing on how am I going to look? Am I going to make enough money? And actually shift to, okay, I know that if I serve people, I'm going to make enough money because I have a valuable service to offer. People want to hire me to provide this service if they know they need it. And now, if I can get out of my own head and stop making it about me at all and make it about the people that I'm serving, that's when everything unlocks. Does that seem true for you?
That was certainly true for me.